Hello friends, this is Sanyam and I am back with my geography map series, and today we are going to discuss the map of Africa. So first I would like to brief you a little about the continent of Africa and its importance. Africa is the second largest continent in terms of population and area. One important and interesting feature about Africa is that the equator, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn all pass through it, which do not pass through any other continent. For example, you can see that this line is the equator, which passes through the Africa. This line is the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degree latitude north, and this line is the Tropic of Capricorn, which also passes through Africa and is located at 23.5 degree south latitude. So these all the three lines of latitude, which are very important, pass through this continent, and due to this, the major change there are major changes in the climate and atmosphere of Africa. In the northern part, one can see the Great Sahara Desert, while in the central part, one can find vast forests. Also, Africa is the most centrally located continent, as the 0 degree latitude equator and the 0 degree meridian, the prime meridian, pass through it. The world's longest river, the Nile, passes through the northern part of Africa. It flows from the Lake Victoria, which is one of the largest lakes, and ends in the Mediterranean Sea. The world's largest desert, the Sahara Desert, is found in the northern part of Africa. Also, in terms of wildlife, the world's longest animal, giraffe, and the world's largest land animal, the African elephant, dwell here. Now, before learning the countries, I would like to tell you the boundaries. Africa is bounded by the Red Sea in the northeast, the Mediterranean Sea in the north, the Atlantic Ocean bounds it in the west, and the Indian Ocean bounds it in the east. Now, there are 54 countries in Africa. For the ease of understanding, we would divide the Africa into 5 regions: east, west, north, south, and center. Now, there are 54 countries in Africa. So, for the ease of understanding, we would divide the Africa into 5 distinct parts. Now, let us see the countries of northern region. They can be learnt by the word male, which stand for the first words of the countries. This is Morocco. This is Algeria. This is Libya. And this is Egypt. So, in the northern Africa, there are 8 countries, out of which 4 can be learnt by the word male. Male, M for Morocco, A for Algeria, L for Libya, and E for Egypt. from these countries, the northernmost tip is a very small country, and it is called Tunisia. Then to the extreme west, there is a Western Sahara. And Sudan and South Sudan, which once used to be only one country, but now are separated. And at that time, Sudan used to be the largest country in the Africa, but now, due to the separation into Sudan and South Sudan, the Algeria is the largest country. Is Tunisia, which is the northernmost tip. Sixth is Western Sahara. Which is a desert country. Seventh is Sudan. It used to be the largest country. And eighth is South Sudan, which came from the separation of Sudan. So this covers our northern part, and is almost all the northern part, apart from a small strip in the north, which has a Mediterranean climate. All the other part is a desert. Now we come to the central part, and it is very interesting, as this country, which can be recognized and looks like a face of a man, and whose name is Mr. Chad. And this Mr. Chad has a very interesting story, and the story is that Mr. Chad is very fond of cameras and car, and in his car he goes to the Democratic Republic of Congo, from where he buys angur. So the man is Chad. Camera stands for Cameroon, and car stands for Central Republic of African Republic. DRC is Democratic Republic of Congo, and the angur which Mr. Chad ate stands for Angola. There is another small country which once used to be the part of DRC, but now is separated and is known as Republic of Congo, or the simply Congo. Now we will write the central part, the 6 countries of that. So Mr. Chad, which is the man who has a story and who went to buy a camera, and likes car, in which he went to Democratic Republic of Congo, from where he brought angur. And the 6th country which came from Democratic Republic of Congo is RC or Congo. Now we will come to the southern region, and in which we know South Africa. And this South Africa also has a story to tell. So the story is that the South Africa went in boat to Namibia with his 2 children. So his children are Lesotho, Lesotho, and Swaziland. And the boat stands for Botswana. Namibia is Namibia. Southern part consists of 5 countries. These are South Africa, his 2 children, Lesotho and Swaziland, and also the boat in which he went, Botswana, and to the place where he went, in Namibia. Now we have covered the northern, central and the southern region, so we will come to the western region. In the western region, we can learn the first four countries, which are one of the main countries, by M, M, N, N. So in this, M is Mauritania, the second M is Mali, third is the first N is Niger, and just below Niger is Nigeria. So from that you can learn below Niger, Nigeria. In western, the first four are M, M, N, N. So Mauritania, Mali, Niger, and Nigeria. So the next two countries can be memorized by BG, and this BG wears a burqa for BG, which wears a burqa. So burqa, from that you can learn Burkina Faso, the first country, and Ghana, the second country. So Burkina Faso and Ghana. Burkina Faso, and sixth country, Ghana. Now we come to the westernmost part, which consists of several small countries, and to memorize them easily, we can draw the shape of a snake. So a snake with a, so something like this, and this country is Senegal. The snake's mouth, you can say. Then this small country is Gambia. Then this big country is Guinea, and this country in this is its baby, so you can learn it as Guinea Bissau, which is the baby of Guinea. And then this country, then this country is Sierra Leone, and this country is Liberia. So Liberia, Liberia. As country is Ivory Coast. It is also known as Côte d'Ivoire. Then these two countries are very interesting, and they are two begin. Two and big. So from that we can learn two is Togo, and BE is Benin. Let us write these countries. The first country is Senegal, which is the mouth of a snake. Then Gambia, then Guinea, then it's baby Guinea Bissau, then Syria Leone, then Liberia, and Ivory Coast, which is also known as Cote d'Ivoire, as I told you. And the 14th country is the two countries Togo and Benin, which can be learnt as to begin. So Togo and Benin. So these are the 15 countries of the western region of Sahara, and now we will come to the eastern region. In the eastern part, the first 4 countries are very interesting to learn, as they can be learned from the word B, E, S, K. So in this, the D stands for Djibouti, the E stands for Ethiopia, the S, which is the Horn of the Africa, is Somalia, and the K is Kenya. These can be learned from the word desk, which is D-E-S-K, the word desk. So in this, the D is for Djibouti, the E is for Ethiopia, the S is for Somalia, this is the Horn, K is for Kenya. The next countries can be learnt from the word B. So the next 4 countries can be learnt from the phrase BTMM, which is better than most mainland. Better than most mainland. And how does it help to learn? Let us see. The first country which is better is Burundi. Second country is Tanzania, which is than. Third most is Malawi. The fourth is Mozambique. Almost all the countries of Africa are in the mainland except this country, which is Madagascar. And these 4 countries are saying that they are better than the most mainland. So 4 countries better than most mainland: Burundi, Tanzania, Malawi, and Mozambique are saying to the Madagascar, which is the only country which is not in the mainland, that they are better than the most mainland. So now we come to the end of the map and we can sleep. So, and these 2 countries are Zimbabwe and Zambia. Zambia comes on top because as you can see in the alphabetical order, the A comes earlier than the I. So similarly here Zambia will come on top of Zimbabwe, and by this method you can the confusion will be out. Countries are Zambia on top, and Zimbabwe below. Now we have covered all the 5 regions of the African continent and almost all the countries, and now we will have a quick recap. So the Northern Africa, 8 countries, male, Morocco, Nigeria, Algeria, Libya and Egypt. Then Western Sahara, the western tip, the Tunisia, the northern tip, and Sudan and South Sudan, which once used to be one, but now are separate. Central Africa, 6 countries, Mr. Chad, who likes cameras, so Cameroon, and Car, Central African Republic, and he goes to Democratic Republic of Congo, and where he eats angur, Angola, and near the Democratic Republic of Congo is the Republic of Congo or simply Congo. Now South Africa, which has a story to tell, it goes in boat, which is Botswana to Namibia, which is 2 sons, Lesotho and Swaziland. Then the 4 countries MMNN, Mauritania, Mali, Niger and Nigeria. The Nigeria is just below the Niger, and then the BG, in which the BG wears a burqa, which is Burkina Faso, and G stands for Ghana. Senegal, then the snake, in which the Senegal, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau and Sierra Leone and Liberia stand. Then Ivory Coast, and then the 2 begin, Togo and Benin. The eastern part, the 4 countries with Desk, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Somalia, Horn and Kenya. Then the BTMM, better than most mainland, Burundi, Tanzania, Malawi and Mozambique. Then they are saying to the Madagascar, which is the only country which is not a mainland, then to sleep Zimbabwe and Zambia. I hope that have made you understand the countries of Africa in an easier way. You can put your suggestions, comments, likes in the options given below. Thank you.